From strawberry to grape, pineapple to blackberry, jams can sweeten any bread or pastry.
But what about spicy jam that's made from tomatoes? That's what personal chef Deborah Lee Walker is showing us how to make here in the DelmarvaLife Kitchen today. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great, but as you can see, we have a whole lot more than just spicy tomato jam. You're making a whole cheese board?
This is a whole cheese board, and I thought maybe a little bit later we'll kind of go into the components of it. But what I wanted to do today is the little cheese balls, because as you know, the weather is going to be changing soon, and everybody's going to be flocking to the Eastern Shore. You can make these little guys in like 15 minutes.
Oh, my kind of recipe.
Yes. And then the spicy tomato jam has many other uses. Think of it as a as a ketchup.
Oh,
So that's what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making the cheese balls, and we're going to be making the spicy tomato.
Nice. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
I'm excited.
so I'm going to first of all get you started here.
Okay.
All right, Mike, if you can just go ahead and cut this up. It doesn't have to be fine or anything like that. And then what I'm going to do is go over here with Lisa.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is just dump all these ingredients here.
Okay, so what do we have here? These are
black sesame seeds and also white sesame seeds.
black and white sesame seeds.
So it's going to give it a little bit of texture.
Okay.
Just put that all in there, okay?
All right.
And then here we have herbs de Provence.
Ooh,
And we
okay.
have some scallions,
Okay.
just chopped up finely.
You did all the chopping for us.
I did. And then here we have some salt and little garlic powder.
Salt and garlic powder.
That's right. And just go ahead and mix that up. Well, you know me,
Lisa's
I like
already
my
having fun over
garlic.
there.
I think I breathed some of that in.
And as you keep mixing that, you'll see that the scallions will start to kind of get into the batter. They'll kind of loosen up.
yeah.
And then I have a little cheese baller for you. This makes like the perfect little size. And then all you have to do is just roll it in that, and that's it.
Oh, okay. So I make little balls with this from
Right.
the cream cheese, and then I roll it in that.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it. She
Okay.
makes it sound so easy.
All right, so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on our spicy tomato jam.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn this up a little bit.
You got it.
Okay.
There
So
you go.
the first thing that we're going to be doing is this is 1.5 pounds of tomatoes.
Okay, is there any sort of specific type of tomato you should be using for this?
I like Roma because the Roma tomatoes, they have a lot of flesh and there's not many seeds in them. Some people will put the seeds in the jam. I personally don't like to do that because the seeds are bitter.
I gotcha.
And also, I think that it interferes with the overall flavor and texture, okay?
Okay.
So then, now I want to say one thing. Typically in a tomato jam, we don't put onions and garlic.
Okay.
But I
Fingers.
love onions and garlic.
I love onions and garlic too. So do you want to just dump this right in?
Just dump that right in there. And on the onion, oh, you're doing really well.
Thank
on the
you.
onion, it does not have to be finely chopped. If you will notice in here, I have big hunks.
Gotcha.
Because what's going to happen, this is going to simmer like for 1.5 hours.
Okay.
And it's going to break down. Plus, we want it to be a little chunky. So it's okay. Here, can I just show you something?
Go ahead.
Okay. What you're going to do is on the side like this, you just want it just like that.
I got you. Okay.
And then
I was,
like that.
I was trying to do the cut.
Well, you know, that's so funny because my mom taught me that way. And the first time that I was with someone who was a very good cook, and he asked me to help him, and he asked me to slice an onion, and that's exactly what I did. And he said, well, where'd you learn how to cut that onion? I said, my mother, and I thought, oh, he's really impressed. And he's like,
No.
well, I think we're going to have to start from the very beginning.
Okay.
So, now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in a cup of sugar.
Okay.
Okay, the sugar is very important because the sugar is going to give it that gooey kind of sticky texture that jam is so famous for.
I got you.
Otherwise, we would just be making a straight marinara sauce.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be doing,
Got it.
oh, he's doing great. He
Good
really
catch.
is. So we're going to be putting in a little bit of vinegar.
Oh.
Now, there are several choices. That's all right, no worries. I personally prefer rice vinegar. I feel it has the essence of vinegar, but it's not really real like strong like
Pungent?
apple cider.
Yeah.
Some people like lemon juice, others like lime juice, but I think rice vinegar is the way to go.
Okay.
Okay, now what we're going to be doing is we have, I'm going to use my cheat sheet here.
Go ahead.
We have ginger and we have cloves. Okay, ginger is very common in jams. The cloves is going to enhance that sweetness. And then we also have some cumin. Okay, the cumin is going to give it a little bit of earthiness. I mean, this is very sweet. We want to cut some of that sweetness down.
Okay.
We also have some crushed red pepper seeds in there to give it a little kick.
Crushed what?
Crushed red pepper seeds.
Oh, red pepper seeds.
Crushed red pepper seeds to give it a little spice. Now, some people like to put, for instance, your favorite hot sauce in there. I like to use the pepper seeds because I feel that it gives it that quality of heat, but it's not interfering with the flavor.
Okay, so we're going to let this cook down for a little bit. Well,
Actually, an hour and a half,
Okay.
and that's it. And then it gets really thick, and you're done. That's
All
how
right.
simple this is.
well, I tell you what, we're going to pause for a quick break, and we'll be back to put all of this together into a beautiful cheese board. An example of how you can taste with your eyes. Isn't that beautiful? We are back in the DelmarvaLife Kitchen with personal chef Deborah Lee Walker, and we're putting together this beautiful cheese board.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
First of all, we have to taste the little cheese balls that you did. So
Oh, okay.
You want to just use your fingers?
I'll
Go
grab
ahead.
oh yeah, I'm going to come in here and taste these.
Now, I would like to taste one, but I know I have to keep talking, so
Aw.
I'm not going to partake right now. But see how simple that is?
That is delicious.
And you have the nice texture, the sesame seeds, they really give it some texture, a little bit of the onions.
Nice little taste to it
And
there.
which you could also use a very coarse ground pepper on there too.
Okay.
You know, the texture is very key. If you wanted to upgrade it a little bit, you could actually go for a goat cheese. But I think the cream cheese is very affordable and with everything else. Now we got to taste the spicy tomato jam.
Okay,
Here,
so
so
I got
I'm
my
gonna-
little spoon here.
I'm going to just,
Go right ahead.
there you go.
Oh, thank you. Oh. First time I've been fed on the show.
Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
good?
good. I like the pop of flavor because you got sweet and you've got some of that savory in there.
I love how you mentioned that this is more like a ketchup. It literally tastes like ketchup a little bit.
Right, and I like to have it a little kick. Again, it depends on how much spiciness you like. You can always add more, but this is great. The tomato jam is great on hamburgers, hot dogs. If you have like brunch for eggs, it will go with eggs. And cheese and tomatoes is always a perfect combination. You even actually use it with a grilled cheese sandwich on the side, you know, as a
Wow.
possible
That's a
spread.
I'm
great
still
idea.
tasting different things in it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
No, I really love the idea of that's why I wanted to do it here because there's so many other things you can do with it. We also have, which is important on cheese board, we have I like honey. It's a nice sweet offering, and then of course mustard and cheese is great.
Yeah.
I think that the grain mustard is nice.
This one.
Yeah, because it has a little texture to it. It's more appealing to the eye.
well, let me ask you real quickly though. I mean, this is a cheese board. How is this different from a charcuterie board?
The other has a charcuterie has much more meats on there. Okay, I do like to include some because I think it just adds to the overall dish. And we have the prosciutto wrapped around the asparagus. Do you like that?
That's very nice.
Yeah, and then
I don't know. I might have to try it.
go ahead. No, that's what it's there for. I know I'm gonna have one as soon as I stop
I
running
also
my mouth.
noticed that you have nuts on the plate as well.
Are those candied?
Those are candied pecans. It again is just something that really adds to it.
Oh, yeah, make sure.
Of course.
It's our job, our duty.
And if you will notice, typically on your cheese boards they have grapes. This is a white plate, obviously, so I decided to go with the kiwi. I thought it would go in with the asparagus. You want it to
Right.
pop. The same time, you want everything to blend. And I love the idea of the blackberries because, again, they really pop. And then we have all these little different. We have
Yeah, what's in there?
this is great, but it's hot. It's a little tiny pepper.
Okay.
We have cornichons, we have cornichons, we have the marinated mushrooms, we have olives, there's sun-dried tomatoes. Believe it or not, all of this brininess will help cleanse your palate because remember the cheese and everything is so rich. Everything on here is very, very rich.
Very good.
nice.
Ah, well, thank you. We actually have the recipe for the spicy tomato jam on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. Did we? Oh, you know what we forgot? The cheese. What kind?
Oh, of course.
Oh, this is very important when you have a cheese board. I'm just so focused on everything else. I'm running all the time making this so artistic. When you have your cheeses, always go in odd numbers.
Okay.
Because it's more pleasing to the eye.
Really?
Yes. Just like in flowers, in bushes, it's always, odds.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And you always want a soft cheese, then maybe like a semi-hard cheese,
Okay.
And then a hard cheese. But again, I chose this because this is an aged cheddar. If you want to try it, go ahead and help yourself. But then I chose just like regular sharp cheese.
Sharp cheese, yeah.
You don't have to think of very expensive cheeses because cheeses are very pricey these days. There's a blue cheese, and again, this is just a pepper jack. And then we have the cream cheese. So you want to try some of the
I want
cheddar?
to try some of the cheddar. Yep.
You
know me.
can, cut the costs a lot and make it much more affordable. This is something that you can go all the way full class upscale, or you can really tone it back and make it just very, very simple.
Very
Very
impressive as always. Deborah Lee Walker, personal chef. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always
Absolutely.
a pleasure.
Have a little more here.